Some desires don't fade with time. They just hide deeper until they demand to be seen. She is the woman society calls alone, but alone is just a word the world uses when it doesn't understand a woman who no longer performs for it. From a young age, she was taught that her worth is a reflection of who chooses her. Be soft, but not too soft. Be independent, but not too much. Her life became a delicate balance between her instincts and the invisible lines of acceptability. And so she learned the art of wearing masks, a smile when she wanted to scream, a nod when her heart whispered no. Each mask perfectly crafted to fit the world's expectations. But beneath those layers, something primal stirred, the part of her Freud called the id, raw, untamed, craving expression. At first, she believed she was in control, that by silencing her desires, she was mastering them. But repression is a liar. It doesn't kill desires, it buries them alive. And the buried have a way of haunting. At night, in the silence of her home, dreams became her rebellion. Dreams where she wasn't performing. Dreams where she wasn't apologizing for wanting more. But when morning came, the superego returned. Society's moral voice whispering shame. You know this war. The pull of desire versus the weight of expectation. The subtle projection of others who see your independence not as strength, but as a threat to their own fragile masks. Her solitude was never about loneliness. It was about space. Space to breathe without censorship. Space where she could hear the true self beneath the layers. But even in solitude, the inner conflict raged. The voice that says, you are free, and the other that hisses, but you are not enough without a man. Imagine a locked room within her psyche, a room society told her never to enter. But every time she passes by, she hears whispers. Mirrors around her reflect not her image, but projections of roles she was supposed to play. The perfect daughter, the perfect partner, the perfect woman. And beneath the surface, like fire trapped under ice, her forbidden urges smolder, waiting for a crack to erupt. A man's gaze no longer defines her, yet the echo of needing to be seen still lingers. Because repression isn't erasure. It's a mask worn so long that it fuses with skin. But repression has a breaking point. One evening, sitting by her window, she no longer seeks to be desired. She seeks to be known, first, by herself. She realizes now the woman she was taught to be is a fragment, a crafted avatar to navigate a world that fears feminine autonomy. True individuation begins when she stops editing her desires to be digestible, when she no longer censors her laughter, her anger, her sensuality. In that moment, solitude transforms. It is no longer a punishment, it is a sanctuary. She doesn't need to explain her wholeness to a world that profits from her fragmentation. The woman who embraces her forbidden desires isn't immoral, she's finally honest.